Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into the New England Sports Center for Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Hockey. We are underway as driving in right off the bat was Matt Pedroli, and well defended by the Dover-Sherborn goaltender, William Goldstein. Tom Nappy happy to be on the call with you here today as we are getting a bit of a late start to this one. A number of games before us, of course, here at the New England Sports Center. And they got a lot of teams that play here, so always a pretty busy Hockey Wednesday. So this game originally supposed to start at 8 p.m., but we get started at about 8:20, but no problem. We are underway and happy to bring you Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Hockey live on HCAM. Tom Nappy on the call, Joe Frackleton on camera. Hillers in the white, Dover-Sherborn in the dark jerseys as the puck finds its way to the far side. Dover-Sherborn, it looks like maybe some new black jerseys that they got this season. And DS with some pressure there, a shot turned away. In net for the Hillers, that's Colton Spavento. Around the end boards, battle for possession. Both teams getting some early pressure going. And we'll get a whistle here as the puck ended up out of play and a face-off. Just underway here in the first period, 13:23 left to go. A pretty exciting game before us. St. John's taking on St. John's Prep as that shot is wide. A good win for St. John's over a big rival of theirs. Hiller is trying to work up the ice as Resnick sends it up. And now a battle for possession along the corner. Along the end boards, down to the near side. Dover-Sherborn Weston looking to clear. It's a Dover-Sherborn Weston co-op, as it's been for quite a few years now, and it has certainly been a very successful co-op and team. Head coach is Alex Marlowe. For the Hillers, of course, it is Scott Hayes as we get a face-off at 12:36 left. Off the face-off. Puck jammed up along the corner. And there's a wrister from the top of the circle by Corey DaCosta, turned away. And here comes DS Weston. Racing up into the slot, looking for the backhander there. It was deferred by DaCosta. And another shot towards the net ends up along the end boards. We've seen a pretty equal balance of possession here in this first frame. Looking to close in was Thomas Keller, and we'll get a whistle here, and I think the net might have come dislodged. Well, the Hillers, they've had good success against Dover-Sherborn Weston. They've won 4 of the last 5 meetings, including last year, a nice 5-3 win over Dover-Sherborn Weston. Both teams 3-3 on the season. So this game will likely set one of them above the 500 mark. Of course, we could end up with the tie scenario. You never know. But of course, both these teams hoping that they'll be the one improving to 4-3. It should be a great battle. This Dover-Sherborn Weston team, they have been a force to deal with the last couple of seasons, and they have a lot of returning players as Max Segarev sends it along the far side, and now along the near side is Sam Spavento. Spavento, nice move there. Gets it over to Pedroli, And now Pajoli along the boards, closing in. They'll take it around the end boards. Puck sent back to the corner. It's been a busy night of sports action here on HCAM as Dover-Sherborn Weston looks to clear. We had Hiller boys basketball getting a nice win over the Norton Lancers. Closing in, there's a shot just wide of the mark. Here's Jamison Murphy. Now along the far side. Puck sent towards the end boards. And now a battle for it along that far side corner. Getting in there for the Hillers is Spavento. Squirts out to the near side. Pajoli sending it into the neutral zone. Yeah, it's always a bit of an obstacle setting up for the late game, and they really wanted to get this game moving. So as soon as that last game was over, then Zamboni is out there, and they get warm-ups going as fast as possible. Driving in, Will Antasca. He's diverted towards the end boards. So it gives us about a good 10 minutes to set up or so. But fortunately, we were able to get everything going just in the nick of time to bring you what should be a great battle. Along the near side now, Ethan Fiore trying to take it out. He's diverted by Ian Tosca. Sent to the near side now. Rajeris with it. Rajeris takes it behind the net. Now along the far side, he'll leave it behind. Blue Raiders trying to set something up as they're in the midst of a change. We get a whistle. 9:43 left to go. The net came dislodged again. Yeah, you got to imagine a lot of games on this ice today, and typically with especially the very late game like we have today, ice conditions could be a factor. Of course, they keep the ice very well here at the New England Sports Center. Zamboni's out there every intermission to make sure the ice conditions are pristine. But regardless of what you do, when you got 5-6 games throughout the day on the ice, it's going to be a little choppy. So we'll be watching for that here in this late game. Jammed up along the near side. And sent to the blue line, and that shot just wide by Andrew Cahill. DS Weston trying to establish some pressure here, but the Hillers, of course, looking to clear. Getting in there is Raph Martin as he's able to send it up and around into DS territory. Sent out from along the end boards. That pass intercepted off the stick of Chris Resnick. Well, it's been a little while since we've seen the Hopkinton Hiller boys team, as they did have a busy holiday break on the road and got a few wins. Also took home a nice holiday tournament win, and they have been playing some great hockey. They have won their last 3 straight, and looking to grab their first home win of the season. There's a wrister, just high there by Merkel. Jammed up along the corner now. Pajoli trying to dig it out. Jolie sends it over to the high slot to Thodiel. And getting in front of Thodiel there was Keller. Here comes DS. Sent up the near side by Curran. Along the end boards now. Some back and forth along the far side. That pass intercepted by Pajoli. Pajoli flying up the ice. Takes the shot just wide. Along the far side boards, it's Aaron Zhao. He'll send it over to Pettenod. DS Weston looking to close in. A great steal there by Spavento as Caleb Curran was coming towards the net. Curran back in there now. And it's stolen away by Merkel. Merkel getting it over to the far side. A battle for possession. Just under 8 minutes left here in the first period. And we apologize if anyone was panicking as it got past 8 o'clock, but no worries. It's just a late start. We indeed have the game for you. Jamison Murphy with a wrister there. Good save by Spavento. This faceoff comes at 7:42 left. Along the blue line, that shot is deflected. Battle for it along the end boards now. Bit of a traffic jam around the puck. And there for the Hillers, you got Ronan Siglin and Resnick. It's Jack Resnick, and now puck squirts over to the near side, and here come the Hillers. Resnick racing up the ice. The captain closing in. He's diverted. Getting in front of him was Sergayev. And he was trying to sneak it into the side of the net. A couple Blue Raiders got in front of him. Now along the end boards, wristed around, up the far side it goes. Collecting is DaCosta. Just under 7 minutes left as DaCosta looks to work his way up the ice. Some back and forth here. Here's DaCosta. A battle along the end boards, and that shot attempt deflected back behind the net, and now another shot there. Good defense by the Hillers as Christos Rogeros got a shot off. You see the Hillers, they're really keeping those defenders tight to the net. They don't want to give DS Weston a lot of open space. They know they have some good shooters on this Blue Raiders team, so the Hillers being very cautious at keeping their defenders close to that net. And that sent out a shot there, well defended once again. Getting in the way of that shot was Resnick from the captain, Max Petnov. Closing in, a backhander, and he'll end up whipping it across. And now Spavento gets it back to the near side. Sent up the boards into the neutral zone. Oh, a big collision between Spavento and Curran. Back in the DS territory, we'll get a whistle. And we're going to get an icing call here. This face-off comes at 5:35 left to go in this quick-moving first period. Yeah, not a whole lot of stoppages either to get this first period going. Up the near side, looking to close in. And now along the far side it goes. That's sent over. Oh, wristed up the ice there. Went off the stick of the defender, and we're going to get a whistle here. I believe we just had a high stick violation. In any case, it'll be a face-off at 5:07 left to go. Off the face-off, along the near side it goes. Racing up the ice, that's Petnod. Look out, he's got a good shot, takes it, and a good save by Spavento. Yeah, Petnod, he's going to be one you want to watch if you are the Hillers. This face-off comes at 4:55 left to go in the first period. Taken by Ian Tosca coming up the ice. Into the left circle, around the defender, towards the net, that shot turned away. A good save by William Goldstein, the Dover-Sherborn goalie out of Weston, the DS Weston goalie. Yeah, good mix of DS and Weston in this Dover-Sherborn Weston co-op. It's almost 50-50 from both schools. Closing in from the near side. That shot turned away. Good pressure from Jack Resnick. Big hit delivered along the near side as the puck squirts out towards Hiller territory. Sent back up to far side by Spavento. Backhanded to the corner. Some good back and forth here. Trying to battle for possession. Put towards the net. Turned away. Puck is loose. And it's handled by Curran. And a long shot there from the blue line. Into the corner it goes. Some back and forth along the near side. Sent out. Here comes Lucas Anderson. Puck ends up in the near side corner as the Hillers make a change. Approaching 3.5 minutes left in this first period. Approaching and diverted there is Rogeris. A battle for it now. Hillers able to clear the zone. Rogeris with it. Ooh, be careful with that stick, Chris Resnick. He had the stick a little high there. That shot turned away. Another shot from the top of the left circle by Fiore is just wide. DS looking to close it again. Arister turned away out in front. Puck is loose, and there's a score. The follow-through shot gives Dover-Sherborn Weston the lead. And some great pressure there, and it leads to a goal. Thomas Keller comes up with the score. That score occurred at 2:58 left to go in the first period. Yes, so you had, I believe it was Thomas Lamb who brought the initial pressure. He'll get the assist, and Thomas Keller with the follow-through. Yeah, rough rebound there. Essentially, he went right to Keller, and he was just able to pop it in pretty much from right in front of the net. Sam Spavento sends it over. Here comes Pedroli looking to close in, and the defender got in the way of that pass. Pedroli looking to approach once again along the far side, trying to get around the defender, looking to send it out. And the defender able to stop the attempted pass. Here's Merkel. Merkel with that shot. And it's deflected. Back to the neutral zone it goes. Thodiel puts it up the far side. Along the end boards now and sent to the near side. And here comes DS Weston. A nice move there to get around the defender. Top of the circle he goes. A shot, it's covered up. Jamison Murphy, the senior, with the shot. And we'll get a face-off in the Hillers zone at 1:56 left here in this first period. Off the face-off. And the puck poked to the near side from Carter Moore. Battle for it now, and now sent back over to the far side. Moore sending it up the board, sent back down by Lamb. Jammed up in the corner. A battle for possession. Looking to dig it out was Thomas Keller, as he was contested by a couple Hillers. And therefore the Hillers, you got Jack Resnick and company, and now sent around by Ian Tosca. Yeah, the Hillers having a bit of a rough time clear the zone the last few minutes. Dover-Sherborn Weston finding ways to get some good pressure in front of the net. As that is flipped towards the neutral zone, Ian Tosca looking to bring it up the ice. Getting in his way was Thomas Lamb as he'll send it up the far side. And now popped into Hiller territory by Rogeris. With just under a minute left to go here in a quick-moving first period, a 1-0 Dover-Sherborn Weston lead. Hillers perhaps looking to change that here. Jack Resnick approaching. And a nice move to elude the defender there, but Jamison Murphy got to him and is able to send the puck to the near side. That is sent up the near side boards from Fiore to Murphy. Pops it back into Hiller territory. 25 seconds left here in the first period. Hillers looking for a buzzer beater opportunity. DaCosta. And he's diverted. Flipped back towards the neutral zone. And now a battle for it. A bit of a tangle up there between Merkel and Curran. There's a feed of Pedroli. Pedroli along the near side. Gets it over, and that'll do it for the first period. Well, it was a good back and forth period. And both teams certainly having to fight hard for each and every possession, but both teams finding ways to get some pressure going. But after one, it's Dover-Sherborn Weston 1, the Hillers nothing. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Hockey on HCAM. Second period coming up in a few minutes, but for now we'll leave you with some of the latest Hopkinton Hiller highlights. HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as Mapfree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance. On Tuesday, December 30th, Hiller boys basketball visited Milford. HCAM had the game live to close out 2025. Is Jason Stokes. Milford has taken the last two meetings by very slim numbers against Hopkinton, so the Hillers looking for some revenge here. No good on that jumper by Mateus De Silva. He's denied by Cho. Here comes the Hillers. To the rack, yes, count it. To the rack, yes, count it. Gavin Cho with the bucket. Full court pressure. And it's taken away by Kim. Feeds it over, up and in. Goes Miles Heavey. And the Hillers on a run, get another turnover. Over to Elstrom Hall, up with the left hand, count it. And Milford needs a timeout. The Hillers on a 6-0 run. Hillers led 24-15 heading to the second quarter. Connor McDowley with a great finish. Milford looking for a response. De Silva driving in, up and in. He goes with the right hand. Quick pace basketball here, looking for the buzzer beater at the buzzer. No, just short is Josh Kim. Milford outscored Hopkinton in the second quarter, 19-14, and it was a 38-34 Hopkinton lead heading into the halftime break. Connor Wynn gets it in. Contested is McNally, but he's able to maintain possession. Spins around the defender, up and in with the right hand. Connor McNally with 10 points for the Hillers. And a steal here. Up with the left hand, yes, Rocco Spinelli. And Milford needs a timeout. Kicks it out, now to the corner, Manny Vilbrum. No good off the side of the hoop. Hillers have it, collected by Wynn. Wynn to Spinelli for three, yes! Rocco Spinelli feeling it. The Hiller offense goes off in the third quarter, and Hopkinton's defense proved to be overwhelming as they outscored Milford 21-9 in the third frame and would end up taking the 72-61 win. Josh Kim led the way for the Hillers with 17 points. To start off the new year, Hopkinton Hillers boys basketball hosted Westboro on Friday, January 2nd. It was a back-and-forth battle throughout the game. On the entry, Lobin gets it underneath to Ellison, can't finish. Loose ball collected by Heavey, fires it up court, the buck fake, the shot, the bucket, Josh Kim. 8 seconds left to go, Hillers looking for the buzzer beater. Spins around the defender, puts up the shot, and it falls in, right at the buzzer.
Long two, right? 1 foot over the line, 1 foot behind the line, but get the roll.
That took a big hop out of the hoop before finally falling in. Lee for three, no good. Rebound McNally and the Hillers. Connor McNally taking it coast to coast, kicks it over. There's Spinelli driving in, up and in. Giving the Hillers a little taste of their own medicine, they get a turnover. Peterson up and in. Over to Wynn. Driving down the kick out. Spinelli for three. Got it! Around the defender. Gets it underneath. McNally contested. Stolen away. And that will do it. What a way to close out the second quarter.
Really ugly.
Pierre Lewis on the entry. Full court pressure by the Hillers. Gets it over to the far side. Stolen away by McNally. And now a battle for it. And Bauschman able to collect. Bauschman underneath swings it out. Coming in from the wing, Cho. Trying to get it back to Bauschman, went off his hand. And that shot attempt by Wynn rejected. Quick break, Westboro up and in. Aiden Chan. A long pass down court. McNally kicks it out. 3-ball. Spinelli got it. Peterson coast to coast. Up for the shot, yes.
Peterson using the glass to his advantage. Nice drive down the lane.
It's a 4-point game.
I heard him call glass in the county.
Spinelli pump fakes, fires it now, knocks it down.
Get the little rebound, put it in.
There's Spinelli. He's always a threat. Launches it. Got it! And gets it into Cho. And they'll put it up. No good. And another one there. No good. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Driving in. Gets it to the corner. Hallstrom Hall back to Cho. Down to Hallstrom Hall. Driving in through the defenders. Yes! The Hillers hung on for their third straight win as they take down Westboro 66-64 and improve to 3-2 on the season. Westboro falls to 1-6. Josh Kim and Rocco Spinelli contributed 14 points each for the Hillers. On Saturday, January 3rd, Hiller girls hockey seek their second win in a row and got things started off very well against the Ashland Co-op. Near side. Here comes Jean. Approaching, there's a shot and she's got a score! Top shelf Lucy Jean makes it 1-0. Jammed up in the corner now along the end boards. And trying to stuff it in, and she will. The Hillers take advantage of another power play. Abby Craven with the score. Here she comes up the near side. Racing in, around the defender, a backhander, and a score for the Hillers. Lucy Jean does it again. It was a 3-0 Hiller lead heading into the second period. Nikki. Sent out now to the slot. There's a shot and it's in! A great feed from Grace Hennigan, and Morgan Beeler pops it in. Into Hiller territory. Hopkinson bringing it right back up. Here comes Beeler. Beeler racing in. There's a shot, and she goes coast to coast. Right up to the net and just pops it in. She pushes it up to Jean, and here comes Lucy Jean. Look out. Near side circle. Oh, another one. And how about another hat trick for Lucy Jean? And a nice job by Beeler getting around the defender. She's on a breakaway. Closing it out in front, a backhander and another score! Morgan Beeler, putting on the moves, is able to take it out in front and make it a 7-0 game at 1:31 left to go in the second period. The Hillers add 4 more goals in the second period, and that would implement the running clock throughout the third as the Hillers took the 7-0 win versus Ashland. Lucy Jean and Morgan Beeler each recorded a hat trick, 3 goals each. Abby Cramen also had a goal for the Hillers as they improved to 2-4 overall. Ashland falls to 0-5. HCAM Sports is supported by our viewers and by the Dentist at Hopkinton. Founded by Dr. Jill Tansey in 2003, the Dentist at Hopkinton provides state-of-the-art dental care in a comfortable and relaxing setting to patients of all ages. They are located at 77 Main Street and online at hopdent.com. And welcome back into the New England Sports Center. We are just about ready for the second period. It is a 1-0 Dover-Sherborn lead as we enter the second frame. Tom Nappy, happy to be on the call with you. Joe Frackleton on camera. Bit of a late start to this one here tonight. They had the 8 o'clock scheduled time, and obviously they share this beautiful rink with a couple of other great high school programs. So we had the late game today, and when you have the late game, sometimes it gets pushed even later, depending on how the games before go. And we ended up starting this one at about 8:20. But first period flew by, and we are ready for the second period. The score in the first period came from Thomas Keller for Dover-Sherborn at 2:58 left to go. That was the only goal of the game so far, as the Hillers look to strike back here in this second period. Hillers in the white, Dover-Sherborn Weston in the black. Hillers working right to left across your screen for this second period. Popped off the boards by Carter Morris. He's met with some contact along the end boards. It goes to the far side corner. Getting in there, Parker Rivera. And that is sent towards the net and bottled up by the goalie, Will Goldstein. And that Pedroli getting into it a little bit with a Blue Raider in front of the net. And it's been a pretty physical game. Both teams have delivered some big hits in that first period. But keeping emotions in check and out of the penalty box, I think it's going to be a big objective in this game, as Thodiel puts that one towards the net. And now looking to bring it out, Merkel. Merkel leaves it behind, finds Rivera. Puck gets away from Rivera, sent to the near side for Cahill, looking for Rogeris. Looks like a bit of a slick ice surface out there. Of course, you have the Zamboni out at the intermission, but still a little wet out there. So that puck, it's going to fly around that ice relatively easily, especially in the first few minutes of this second period. Pass to the near side, Sergayev. Dover-Sherborn looking for a shot, and that shot just wide by Rogeris. Deflects off the end boards into Hiller territory, or in a DS territory, I should say. Sent back to the neutral zone. Now to Spavento. He'll put it towards the end boards. It was a relatively balanced first period. Both teams found ways to get pressure and keep that puck in the attack zone. But Dover-Sherborn Weston kind of had the advantage for the last few minutes possession-wise, so we'll see if the Hillers are able to clean that up a bit here in the second period. Thodiel intercepts that pass, and he will send it off up the far side, looking for Resnick. Resnick looking to charge in, a beauty of a pass. That shot turned away. Lucas Anderson with a nice shot on net. Just a great pass by Resnick. Here comes Carter Moore. Approaching up the near side, looking to send it out, and it's intercepted. Getting in the way, Caleb Curran. Curran bringing it up the far side. That shot deflects into the end boards. And now physical battle along the end boards. Puck sent down. There's a shot and a glove save. Thomas Keller with a quick snipe there, but a great save by Colton Spavento. This face-off comes at 12:15 left to go in the second period. Carl Gow up against Thomas Lamb. And I think the puck did it deflect out of play. I believe it did. Off the... Oh, and actually, no. The stoppage was due to a equipment malfunction by the Dover-Sherborn Weston goaltender. It looks like he might be missing a piece of his helmet. William Goldstein coming over. Or perhaps a piece of the helmet broke. Looks like he's going to get a new helmet. Yeah, a piece of the helmet came off. The official coming over with it. So we'll work on that, and we'll get an equipment timeout here in the second period. All right, it looks like we are ready to continue on. 12:13 left to go. And we are set for the face-off. Carl Gow up against Thomas Lamb. Off the face-off. And in the corner, Siglin able to take it. Pops it off the boards. And that will be deflected into the protective netting as Spavento and Keller collided with the puck in the middle. Gow up against Lamb. Well, we had relatively few stops in the first period. So far, we've had a lot more in this second period. We'll see if the momentum can pick up a little bit here. Here come the Hillers looking to pick that momentum up. And big hit delivered as Gow sends it into DS territory. Jammed up along the near side now. Sent over by Lamb. Racing up the ice, that's Keller. Keller looking to close in. He's met with a couple Hiller defenders. Poked towards the boards, whipped around along the end boards is Siglin. He'll send it up. There's a shot turned away. Shot from the left side of the blue line. And out to the near side, Sergayev puts that towards the net. Puck ends up in the corner. And some good back and forth here. A lot of physical hits being delivered by both sides. There's a shot, and it's wide by Keller. Along the far side, and whipped around to the near side now. Fiore puts it off the boards, and trying to get it out from the end boards was Lamb. No one there. Wristed towards the DS Weston bench. Out of play it goes, and we'll get a face-off. Yeah, I think he was trying to pop that off the boards just in front of the bench. But it ended up right in the bench area. So we get a face-off at 10:52 left in this second period. Parker Rivera up against Jamison Murphy. Trying to grab it from the corner, Moore. Some back and forth here. Moore along the end boards now. He's contested. Trying to get through, and he's able to get that puck through. Into the neutral zone now. With it is Merkel. Merkel sending it into DS territory. Pedroli battling for it. He was grabbed from behind. Puck squirts out, and the Blue Raiders have it. Wristed towards the near side. Yeah, I'll tell you, these officials, they let them play out there. There's been a couple instances where there may have been a call, but they're letting them play. Over to the far side, Pedroli sends it over. Backhander towards the net by Merkel. That'll get through. And now a battle along the corner. Is trying to battle his way out of between two Blue Raiders was Merkel. Sends it back to Pedroli. Pedroli, a nice feed, and that shot is covered up. Parker Rivera on the shot, and he was just waiting at the bottom of the left circle and nearly put it in. Good save by the Weston goaltender, William Goldstein. We get a face-off at 9:40 left to go in the second period. Looks Looks like we had a face-off violation there. Off the face-off. Along the near side. Sent off the far side boards. Big hit delivered by Spavento. Yeah, well-needed hit too, as the Blue Raider forward was quickly approaching the puck right in the middle of the slot along the near side. Puck squirts out, back into the neutral zone, and Todiel will allow the Hillers to regroup as he sends it up the far side. And here comes the Blue Raiders back up ice. Back and forth we go here in the second period. Todiel, he's contested, a battle for it along the end boards. Yeah, both teams have really had a battle for each and every possession. It's been a fun physical matchup. As we have another battle here on the near side. Puck squirts out, high slot. There's a shot turned away. And covered up just in time by Spavento. And that was Andrew Cahill with the shot, and Spavento able to deflect it, but then realized, I got to jump on that, as he had Thomas Keller waiting right there to catch it off the rebound. We'll get a face-off at 8:30 left. It looks like the goaltender got his original helmet back. They fixed it up for him. The Dover-Sherborn Weston goaltender. Along the far side. Fiore sending it up the near side boards, collected by Carter Moore. He'll whip it around. Some back and forth. And approaching. A nice defensive stop there by Carter Moore. As quickly approaching was Keller. And another shot there turned away. That shot from the top of the left circle by Fiore. Hillers looking to clear the zone, but Dover-Sherborn not making it easy. There's a shot. And that went off the post from Thomas Lamb. And we'll get a face-off at 7:53 left. That went off the post and deflected out of play. But narrowly another score there, and just good interception off the Hiller pass, and Lamb nearly made him pay. Here comes Pedroli. Some back and forth along the near side. Puck wristed up the ice into Hiller territory. Siglin catches up with it. Siglin trying to get it over to Spavento. He's able to get it up the ice. Pop towards the Hiller bench. And we get yet another stoppage. And we'll have an offsides call. Parker Rivera up against Jameson Murphy. Off the face-off. Spavento sends it over. And a shot into Hiller territory by Keller. Popped off the boards by Parker Rivera along the far side now, and a nice feed towards Merkel. Sent over by Caleb Curran as D.S. Weston looking for more pressure. And there's a pass to Rivera. Here comes the Hillers. Oh, they're going to get another offsides call there. Merkel crossed the hair too soon. So in the first period, not really a whole lot of stoppages. In the second period, bit of a different story. Jack Resnick up against Thomas Lamb, but no penalty stoppages yet for either side in this game so far. Sent over by Lamb. Wristed around by Shuckle as We'll get an icing call. Or will we? No, we're going to have a penalty here, actually. We're going to get Will-Ian Tosca. Oh. Okay, the Hillers are just making substitutions, so no penalty. All right, we're ready to continue on. Parker Rivera up against Thomas Lamb. Sent up the far side. Yeah, actually, I think what happened, they had to bring the original line that was out there back out due to the offsides call. Popped off the boards by Moore. Rogeris maneuvers around a defender. That pass intercepted, some back and forth here. T.S. Weston looking to regroup. Battle for it along the end boards. Pajoli trying to dig it out. Parker Rivera getting in there, and now it looks like we may have our first penalty of the game. We're going to get a cross-check call on Matt Pajoli. First penalty of the game by either side. And Dover-Sherborn Weston will be on the power play for the next 2 minutes. Looking to come away with it is Resnick. Getting out in front of him was Petnod. Big hit delivered by Resnick. Blue Raiders coming up the far side, looking to close in. Diverted towards the end boards is Jamison Murphy. He sends it out. Shot from the top of the circle. Off the side of the net there went Fiore. Fiore pops it off the boards, gets to Petnod. Petnod puts it towards the net. It was deflected. Along the far side now, there's a shot, and they're trying to stuff it in. Turn away, a third shot turned away. And good goaltending there by Spavento. And then it's sent away by Siglin. No icing call with the power play situation. Yeah, all kinds of pressure from Caleb Curran, and you also had Thomas Lamb in there trying to stuff it in. Jammed up along the far side now. Looking to wrist it up the ice there, but it is diverted. Now along the corner, Jamison Murphy. And into traffic. That pass is deflected. Along the far side now. Sent over to the top of the right circle. Back to the point. There's a shot that flex into the end board glass. And now a battle for it in the corner. Looking to come out with it is Curran as he's contested by Spavento. Spavento delivering a nice hit. And now Spavento going to take it up the ice. Looking to close in towards the net. That shot turned away. And the goalie lost his stick in the process. And now jammed up in the corner. And we'll get a stoppage. Ooh, I think we're going to maybe have a call here too. Yeah, we're going to have a slashing call. And this is going to be against Caleb Curran. So now we have our second penalty of the game and first power play opportunity for the Hillers. Along the top of the left circle, sent to the high slot. That shot diverted. There's Will-Ian Tosca. Battle for it along the corner. Oh boy. Here comes the Blue Raiders, looking to close in. Towards it, that shot turned away. That was Christos Rogeros with the shot. Or Rogeris, excuse me. And I think we're going to have a tripping call. And it's going to be against Matt Pedroli. So they'll get him with the tripping call. And certainly an unfortunate situation as the Hillers were initially on the power play. They had 1:37 left to go on their power play. But now instead of a man advantage, we'll be at 4-on-4 for 1:37. And then the Blue Raiders will have 23 seconds of the man advantage. Here comes Moore. Coming up the far side into the high slot. That shot deflected. A battle along the corner. Popped off the glass. Along the near side it goes. Moore there to pick it up. He'll send it over. Moore gets it to Merkel as he tries to get through, but he is stopped, and a shot there, a snipe by Thomas Lamb. Glove save, Colton Spavento. 2:48 left to go here in the second period. 1:03 left of 4-on-4 hockey. And then we'll have 22 seconds of Dover-Sherborn Weston with the man advantage. Along the near side. Oh, he got bottled up there trying to come up ice. Lucas Anderson running into a couple Blue Raiders. And now a battle in the corner between Sergeyev and Moore. Puck squirts out. Here comes Ian Tosca. Ian Tosca along the far side, and he's joined by others. Puck loose along the end boards. Sends it back to the corner. Trying to dig it out is Lucas Anderson. He's tangled up with Cahill. Andrew Cahill kind of back checking him into the boards there. Yeah, they're letting that penalty time burn off and looking forward to that man advantage. Stolen away by Anderson. He sends it to the end boards. Along the far side corner. Up the boards it goes. Pop back up the ice by DaCosta as he gets a big hit. And now here come the Blue Raiders. Thomas Lamb with it. A nice feed there. That shot turned away. Off the rebound, it's put in. Yeah, a couple shots in that sequence. You had initially Thomas Lamb come up the ice, the pass to the high slot, and a nice shot from the high slot. And then it was Christos Rogeris able to put it in to make it a 2-0 Dover-Sherborn Weston lead at 1:21 left to go in the second period. So all the penalties now off the scoreboard. And a shot there covered up off the stick of Pettenod. Parker Rivera up against Aaron Zal there. And here come the Hillers, looking to get something going. Merkel along the near side. Takes it around the net, trying to stuff it in, and he will! What a beauty by Connor Merkel. Just whipping around everybody. Takes it around the net and had the goaltender completely tricked there as he brought it around at all kinds of open space on the glove side. And he is able to make it a 2-1 game with 57 seconds left in the second period. Well, that was just smooth moves by Connor Merkel, the junior. And he had the goaltender completely fooled. The goaltender thought for sure he was going to pass. Dover-Sherborn trying to respond, and that shot by Shuckle turned away. Along the far side now, sent over by Pedroli. Rivera puts it towards the net. Pedroli trying to pick it up along the end boards, leaves it behind, into the slot, and how about that? How about another one? Matt Pedroli ties the game up. That was just some terrific ping pong passing there by the Hillers. And they make it 2-2 at 30 seconds left to go. It goes off the end boards. Rivera sent it back, and Pedroli able to stuff it in off a feed from Connor Merkel, and it was just a very quick pass right to Pedroli, and he was ready for it. Well, the action certainly picking up in these last few minutes. Along the far side now, 10 seconds left in the period. It has been a wild last couple of minutes here in this second period. And that'll do it. Intense, crazy action here to wrap up the second period, as you had a goal at 1:21 left for Dover-Sherborn. That made it 2-0. And then 2 goals in the final minute of the period by the Hillers. One by Connor Merkel and the other by Matt Pedroli. And we are tied up at 2 as we head into the third period. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Hockey on HCAM. HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance. On Tuesday, December 30th, Hiller boys basketball visited Milford. HCAM had the game live to close out 2025. Is Jason Stokes. Milford has taken the last 2 meetings by very slim numbers against Hopkinton, so the Hillers looking for some revenge here. No good on that jumper by Mateus De Silva. He's denied by Cho. Here comes the Hillers. To the rack, yes, count it. To the rack, yes, count it. Gavin Cho with the bucket. Full court pressure. And it's taken away by Kim. Feeds it over, up and in. Goes Miles Heavey. And the Hillers on a run. Get another turnover. Over to Elstrom Hall. Up with the left hand. Count it. And Milford needs a timeout. The Hillers on a 6-0 run. Hillers led 24-15 heading to the second quarter. Connor McDowley with a great finish. Milford looking for a response. De Silva driving in, up and in. He goes with the right hand. Quick pace basketball here, looking for the buzzer beater. At the buzzer, no, just short is Josh Kim. Milford outscored Hopkinton in the second quarter, 19-14, and it was a 38-34 Hopkinton lead heading into the halftime break. Connor Wynn gets it in. Contested is McNally, but he's able to maintain possession. Spins around the defender, up and in with the right hand. Connor McNally with 10 points for the Hillers. And a steal here. Up with the left hand, yes, Rocco Spinelli. And Milford needs a timeout. Kicks it out, now to the corner, Manny Vilbrum. No good off the side of the hoop. Hillers have it, collected by Wynn. Wynn to Spinelli for 3, yes! Rocco Spinelli feeling it. The Hiller offense goes off in the third quarter. And Hopkinton's defense proved to be overwhelming as they outscored Milford 21-9 in the third frame and would end up taking the 72-61 win. Josh Kim led the way for the Hillers with 17 points. To start off the new year, Hopkinton Hillers boys basketball hosted Westboro on Friday, January 2nd. It was a back-and-forth battle throughout the game.
On the entry, Lobin gets it underneath to Ellison. Can't finish. Loose ball collected by Heavey. Fires it up court. The buck fake, the shot, the bucket. Josh Kim. 8 seconds left to go. Hillers looking for the buzzer beater. Spins around the defender. Puts up the shot, and it falls in. Right at the buzzer.
Long two, at 1 foot over the line, 1 foot behind the line, but get the roll.
That took a big hop out of the hoop before finally falling in. Lee for three, no good. Rebound McNally and the Hillers. Connor McNally taking it coast to coast, kicks it over. There's Spinelli driving in, up and in. Giving the Hillers a little taste of their own medicine, they get a turnover. Peterson up and in. Over to Wynn. Driving down the kick out. Spinelli for three. Got it! Around the defender. Gets it underneath. McNally contested. Stolen away. And that will do it. What a way to close out the second quarter.
Really ugly.
Pierre Lewis on the entry. Full court pressure by the Hillers. Gets it over to the far side. Stolen away by McNally. And now a battle for it. And Bauschman able to collect. Bauschman underneath swings it out. Coming in from the wing, Cho. Trying to get it back to Bauschman, went off his hand. And that shot attempt by Wynn rejected. Quick break, Westboro up and in. Aiden Chan. A long pass down court. McNally kicks it out. Three ball. Spinelli got it. Peterson coast to coast. Up for the shot, yes.
Peterson using the glass to his advantage. Nice drive down the lane.
It's a 4-point game.
I heard him call glass in the county.
Spinelli pump fakes, fires it now, knocks it down.
Get the little rebound and put it in.
There's Spinelli. He's always a threat. Launches it. Got it! And gets it into Cho. And they'll put it up. No good. And another one there. No good. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Driving in. Gets it to the corner. Elsham Hall back to Cho. Down to Elsham Hall. Driving in through the defenders. Yes!
The Hillers hung on for their third straight win as they take down Westboro 66-64 and improve to 3-2 on the season. Westboro falls to 1-6. Josh Kim and Rocco Spinelli contributed 14 points each for the Hillers. On Saturday, January 3rd, Hiller girls hockey seek their second win in a row and got things started off very well against the Ashland Co-op.
Near side. And here comes Jean. Approaching. There's a shot, and she's got a score. Top shelf Lucy Jean makes it 1-0. Jammed up in the corner now along the end boards. And trying to stuff it in, and she will. The Hillers take advantage of another power play. Abby Craven with the score. Here she comes up the near side. Racing in, around the defender, a backhander, and a score for the Hillers. Lucy Jean does it again.
It was a 3-0 Hiller lead heading into the second period.
Nikki. Sent out now to the slot. There's a shot, and it's in! A great feed from Grace Hennigan, and Morgan Beeler pops it in. Into Hiller territory. Hopkinton bringing it right back up. Here comes Beeler. Beeler racing in. There's a shot, and she goes coast to coast. Right up to the net and just pops it in. She pushes it up to Jean, and here comes Lucy Jean. Look out. Near side circle. Oh, another one.
And how about another hat trick for Lucy Jean? And a nice job by Beeler getting around the defender. She's on a breakaway. Closing it out in front of backhander and another score! Morgan Beeler, putting on the moves, is able to take it out in front and make it a 7-0 game at 1:31 left to go in the second period. The Hillers add 4 more goals in the second period, and that would implement the running clock throughout the third as the Hillers took the 7-0 win versus Ashland. Lucy Jean and Morgan Beeler each recorded a hat trick, 3 goals each. Abby Crayman also had a goal for the Hillers as they improved to 2-4 overall. Ashland falls to 0-5. HCAM Sports is supported by our viewers and by the Dentist at Hopkinton. Founded by Dr. Jill Tansey in 2003, the Dentist at Hopkinton provides state-of-the-art dental care in a comfortable and relaxing setting to patients of all ages. They are located at 77 Main Street and online at hopdent.com. Welcome back into the New England Sports Center. We are ready to continue on into the third period. A wild ending to that second period. It was a 2-0 Dover-Sherborn lead with 1:21 seconds left. That at 57 seconds left to go. Just 24 seconds later, you had Connor Merkel popping a goal for the Hillers. And then Matt Madroli off a pass that ended up deflecting into another pass. Was able to stuff it in to make it a 2-2 game. Hopkinton in the white, Dover-Sherborn in the black, and the Hillers with some pressure right off the bat. They're gonna just continue on with the goal scoring. Parker Rivera gives the Hillers a lead. Parker Rivera bringing the heat, and 23 seconds in to the third period, the Hopkinton Hillers lead it 3-2. Unbelievable. You want to talk about a rally. This is a goal-scoring rally for the Hillers. Popped off the boards by Ian Tosca. Tom Nappy, happy to be on the call with you here on this Wednesday night. Joe Frackleton on camera. Hillers looking for more. And that shot from Resnick was diverted, and here comes Dover-Sherborn. Popped up the ice by Curran. Very slick ice out there. Hillers working up the far side as Resnick gets it tripped up. And back and forth along the far side boards and deflected out of play off the stick of Caleb Curran. We'll get a face-off at 13:54 left to go in the third period. Well, you end the second period with a couple of scores, and you start the third with another. off the face-off. Ooh, battle along the boards, and here comes Dover-Sherborn Weston. That pass over to the near side, looking for Keller. Puck squirts out, Hillers have it. Here comes Gow, puts it towards the net, goes just wide. Along the corner, and now battle for it along the end boards. Getting out in front of it, Thomas Lamb. Here he comes. Lamb bringing it up the ice. There's a shot, turned away. Off the deflection, another good save by Spavento. Sent back to Gow. Gow looking to race in, and he'll wrist it around. Hiller's in the midst of a change. Over to Rivera. Rivera closing in. He's diverted as the puck comes loose, poked away by Goldstein. Now a pass to the far side. Sam Spavento. He'll leave it for Rivera. Rivera getting tangled up. Puck taken away. Dover-Sherborn looking to respond. Sent over to the far side boards. Back up the ice goes Spavento. And now over to Siglin. Siglin moves it up the near side. Set down into Hiller territory with a saucer from Ethan Fiore. And now the puck deflects back to the near side. Set down by Cahill. Picked up by Siglin. Siglin putting on the moves. Here he comes. Into the left circle he goes. Hillers make a quick change along the end boards. And there to intercept is Ian Tosca. Ian Tosca towards the net. There's a shot turned away. And along the far side, DaCosta. He tries to wrist it up the ice. Popped off the boards by Ian Tosca. Dover-Sherborn bringing it back down. Some good back and forth here. Yeah, a lot of long passes in this game. It's been a sort of a ping pong match at times. Here comes Rogeris. And he is contested in the corner as it's set back up and quickly back down from the blue line. Hiller's looking for a quick break up the ice. Moore looking to close in, leaves it behind. And the defense ready for it that time. Yeah, you had Moore closing in, Ian Tosca following up, and they loaded the attack area with a whole lot of defenders there. Back and forth along the near side, then it is sent over by Moore. Coming out of the corner now. Battle for it along the end boards. And that is set towards the net from DaCosta into traffic. Buck deflects into Hiller territory. Quickly set back up by DaCosta. Racing up is Ian Tosca, who will take a shot. And defender got out in front of it. Sent over by Murphy. And now, with that damp ice out there, that puck quickly moving around from end to end. Back to the blue line. There's a shot from Ronan Siglin and a glove save. Goldstein with another save, and we'll get a face-off at 9:56 left to go in the third period. The battle for it here. Yeah, both teams, they're not giving the other side an inch. They are battling it out at every opportunity. There's that one covered up by Goldstein. We'll get another face-off. Dover-Sherborn and Weston will switch up their two defenders. Andrew Cahill and Saragayev back out there. Here comes Murphy. He gets it over. Looking to close in. A pass there. It'll get away. Picked up along the far side. Set up by Siglin. Now along the neutral zone. Blue Raiders take it back into Hiller territory. A battle for it now along the boards. Getting the stick on it to send it away, Alexander. Correction, that was Merkel. And now to the near side, sent up into Hiller territory. Battle along the end boards, sent around by DaCosta. And here comes the Hillers. Merkel closing in, trying to get around the defender, got tangled up with him, and the puck's still loose, and that shot diverted. And it looks like we may have a call here. We're gonna have a tripping call. And the Hillers are going on the power play. It's going to be against Andrew Cahill, senior out of Weston. So the Hillers on the power play at 8:51 left to go in the third period. The Hillers trying to add on to their 3-2 lead. Jammed up along the corner. And now it ends up along the far side. Merkel sends it back to Spavento as he puts it into the traffic in front of the net. Some back and forth here. Nice steal by Spavento. Hillers regroup. Sends it along the blue line. Looking to close in Resnick. And that pass intercepted. Here comes DS. To the end boards. Battling it out is Merkel. Jolie gets in there. Along the far side now. Here comes Iantoska. And Iantoska, he's contested, gets it back. Merkel back to Iantoska. Now along the end boards, Resnick. Resnick to Merkel, back to Resnick. And Iantoska sends it over. Petrelli with the shot, and the Hillers have a score! Just tremendous passing by the Hillers. Iantoska sends it out to Pajoli, and Pajoli puts it in at 7:44 left to go in the third period. Just absolutely tremendous puck movement by the Hillers. A great feed from Iantoska to Pajoli, who puts it in. And the Hillers taking advantage of that power play opportunity. Loose puck along the near side. DaCosta sends it across. Wristed up the ice by Rivera. And now along the right circle, that is Sean DaCosta. And it's taken away. Here comes DS. Petnod with it. Petnod gets it over to the slot. Puck deflects back to the near side. Sent up the boards by DaCosta. And now looking to race up the ice was Mahan, but he's diverted. With it now, Sean DaCosta. A battle along the near side. Zal puts it into Hiller territory. And now DS closing in. That shot is going to end up out of play off the stick of Jamison Murphy. Off the face-off, a backhander, and sent away. Along the end boards. Battle for it in the corner. Jairus and Rivera battling it out. And getting in there as well, Spavento. Puck tangled up along that far side corner. Finally, Rivera able to come out with it, and here comes Merkel. Merkel gets into Petroli. There's a shot punched away. Another great shot from Matt Petroli, bringing the heat. Blue Raiders looking to respond. There's a shot turned away. That was from Thomas Lamb. Good save by Spavento. Along the end boards now. Off the boards goes Spavento. Sam Spavento, big hit delivered along the far side. Rivera sends it over. Sent out. Off the near side boards it goes. Picked up by Fiore. Fiore gets it over and putting it towards the net. There was Shuckle. There to grab it for the Hillers, DaCosta. Along the far side corner, Cahill. He takes some contact, just able to get it away. And now a battle coming up the near side in the Hiller territory. Puck squirts out and popped up the ice there by Anderson, and now quickly approaching. There's a shot, turned away. That one off the stick of Jack Resnick. Jack Resnick intercepts that pass. Wrists it towards the end boards. Quick moving action here. Hillers, they're not afraid to send that puck flying around. Jammed up along the near side. It'll squirt out. To the far side corner it goes. A tangle up along the far side. Puck deflects to the near side. Picked up in the neutral zone by Moore. Moore looking to close in. Moore takes a shot, turned away. Puck still loose. And sent to the near side corner from along the end boards. There's another shot turned away. That one from DaCosta. And that pass intercepted. Looking to close in. And Iatoska in the right circle. That shot deflected. And now from the top of the left circle, sent that back down by Moore. The Hillers, one thing they're doing that is really giving them a lot of success, just keeping that puck near the net. Send it right towards the net, attack the net, jam it in. It is working for the Hillers, and they are doing a nice job keeping that puck in the attack zone. We'll have a face-off as Colton Spavento had to cover that one up. 3:31 left to go in the third period. It has been an absolutely action-packed period. Along the boards, here comes Thodiel. Thodiel looking for a shot there, and a defender got in his way. Sent over to Curran. Curran from the blue line puts that one on net, turned away. Along the corner now. A battle for possession along the far side, and the Hillers claim it as Thodiel sends it into DS territory. Hillers in the midst of a change as we hit 3 minutes left. Along the end boards and sent up the far side. Trying to grab it for the Hillers with Sam Spavento. He's met with a big hit. Matt Petroli gets in there, and it's sent out. Up the near side goes Lamb. And Thodiel able to catch up with it along the near side corner, sends it over, and now back to the near side we go. DS gets it into Hiller territory as they make a change. They're looking to bring some pressure here. Out in front of the net, and that shot turned away. Secondary shot, and it looks like Spavento able to land on it. Colton Spavento with a dive there, able to just cover it up. And we'll get a face-off at 2:15 left to go here in the third period. But first, it looks like we're going to have a timeout. 2:15 left to go. Hopkinton Hillers 4, Dover-Sherborn Weston 2. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Hockey on HCAM. This program is brought to you in part by TVLSports.net. You can view the standings, stories, pictures, highlights, and more about the 12 teams in the Tri-Valley League at TVLSports.net. TVLSports.net is an independent news and media website reporting on the TVL and is not associated with the MIAA, Tri-Valley League, or any town or school. HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance. Off the timeout, ready to continue on. 2:15 left to go in the third period. Dover-Sherborn Weston goalie still in there. In the Blue Raiders territory. And we're going back to the Hiller side. Get a icing call there, I believe. Along the end boards, sent out, and here comes the Hillers. Lucas Anderson able to send it in DS territory, and we get a whistle. Yeah, I think he sent it a little prematurely. Back to the Hillers side we go. Yeah, I think Dover-Sherborn Weston, they don't really want to pull the goaltender because the Hillers have had such a forceful attack coming up the ice. Along the near side. And a nice interception by DaCosta, who flips it up the ice. Picked up by Cahill. Yeah, we'll see if they keep the goaltender in or stick with them in there. But the Hillers, possession-wise, have really took control throughout this third period. Along the far side now. Sent over. Looking to approach Seragayev. He's met with a big hit. Flipped up the ice by Rivera. Yeah, the Hillers just really trying to play some keep away here, get that puck out of the zone, and send Dover-Sherborn Weston down to go get it and burn that time off the clock. There's a shot. Turned away, covered up by Spavento. Caleb Curran with the last shot. Ooh, some extracurricular activity. Let's see if it leads to a penalty. Yeah, it's been a very physical game between these two teams, so I'm sure frustration probably running a little high, especially for Dover-Sherborn, who once upon a time had a 2-0 lead. Along the neutral zone, backhanded up the ice from Dover-Sherborn, and now back to the blue line. Looking for the shot is Kevin Lee. There it is, and it's turned away. And now it'll be covered up by Spavento. Just trying to force it in was Lamb. And William Tosca and Thomas Lamb had some words after that sequence. 19 seconds left. Flipped up the ice. Along the near side it goes. Pedroli with it, looking to close in. He figures, why not? Back to the far side now. And a nice steal there by Merkel, and that'll do it. That'll wrap up a come-from-behind win for the Hopkinton Hillers. A very impressive win. Things were not looking great for about the first period and a half. And then, of course, late in that second period with DS up 2-0, you had Connor Merkel's strike. Then 27 seconds later, Matt Pedroli's strike. And the third period, all Hillers, as Parker Rivera netted a goal at just 23 seconds in. And then you had Matt Pedroli with yet another score at 7:44 left. And the Hillers, they were able to steal control of this game from Dover-Sherborn Weston and grab their first home win of the season in tremendous fashion. Hopkinton Hillers now 4-3 overall. Dover-Sherborn Weston falls to 3-4. An action-packed night of hockey here at the New England Sports Center. A great win for the Hopkinton Hillers. And they are certainly happy to get the W here tonight against a very good Dover-Sherborn Weston team. Well, we hope you enjoyed this action-packed game as much as we did. But for Joe Frackleton on camera, I'm Tom Nappy. The final score for the final time, Hopkinton Hillers defeat Dover-Sherborn Weston by a final of 4-2. That will just about wrap up our hockey coverage tonight. We thank you for watching Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Hockey on HCAM. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your night, and we will talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.